What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I'm going to get into this again. As you know, I have several videos on the channel about the Karmelo Anthony situation. Of course, he stabbed Austin Metcalf, and the young man contends and maintains his innocence by saying, as we already know, that they put hands on him, they touched him, they bullied him. We know that on that day that it was a rainy day, and that was one of the reasons why he was under the tent. There's also rumors that one of the coaches on that side even gave him permission to sit underneath that tent. One, they should have never put hands on him. I contend to that. Never put hands on someone that you don't know. Why didn't they go and get a authority such as a security person or a teacher or a coach or someone if it was that serious? Now, the unfortunate part is that, yes, a young man was stabbed in Austin Metcalf. But remember, everyone has been demonizing Karmelo Anthony and his family because they've been raising money for his defense. At one point in time, everybody, they were lying and playing these games and saying that Karmelo Anthony and his family were using GoFundMe money to live lavishly with cars and houses and what have you and vacations. And all of that stuff has been squashed and has come out to be a damn lie. Okay, right now it was just reported this week that Karmelo Anthony is going to be, in my mind, he's going to be, not in my mind, but in the facts of Texas, he's going to be tried as an adult. In Texas, this is a commonplace thing where they will try you as an adult in these situations. So that's going to be a pretty stiff situation because if he is found guilty, he's going to jail. He's going to go to jail or prison for a very long time. I contend personally that the young man was defending himself when you had two white boys that were much bigger than him putting hands on him, or at least the brother. Now, there's some people that say, yeah, they put hands on him, pushed him around. There's some that are saying, nah, but this is all opinion based, okay? Now, what I've been noticing on the YouTube street lately is that people have been making rumors and putting out there that the video of Karmelo Anthony stabbing Austin Metcalf looks real bad, as if they've seen the whole damn video. People have taken snippet information and they've blown it into as if it's a fact. First of all, nobody has seen a full, clear, vocal view of the video. You know why? Because most reporters that have been allowed to see with their own eyes what took place that day, they're even saying that it's blurry and you can't even really see whether Karmelo Anthony was the aggressor or even if Austin Metcalf and his brother were the aggressor. I would like people to stop putting out there that there's video out there that shows that he did a stabbing. You had Media Daily or one of these English rags where one of the reporters claimed that he was able to see the video and that he could clearly see that it was a very violent situation that could break open the case in terms of Karmelo Anthony stabbing Austin Metcalf. Not true. I'm going to show you a footage right now of a reporter who was allowed into Frisco, Texas police to look at the video, and he even says that they're not showing you the whole footage. They're only showing you just a little bit, and most of it is blurred where you can't really make out who's who. You know something's going on because why? There's commotion, and you have people in the bleachers running to the left, running to the right. People are trying to get away from the scene when this took place. But on the video, according to this reporter who had witness account of the video, because the police are only showing just a little snippet of what happened, and he said that in that video, you can't even tell who did what. You can't see that Karmelo Anthony was the aggressor or not, or Austin Metcalf. So we need to stop rushing to the judgment of assuming that this video that has not been clearly shown to people in a complete, clear manner to be able to make such judgment. We have people on YouTube who are already using the accounts of reporters who are claiming that it was horrific when they didn't see all of the footage.
Our
the
public
police
information request with Frisco ISD was met on Monday. We could only watch the before and after of an April 2nd alleged stabbing at a school track meet that led to the death of one student and the arrest of another. The district didn't give it to us, but allowed us to watch it. The video is available for limited viewing only, citing student privacy and school security. There is no audio. Try to picture this. We're on the 4th floor. We walk into a room and there's a TV with a shot showing half of Kirkendall Stadium. It's a wide shot from the opposite side. And everything that happens in one very small fraction of the screen in the upper left-hand corner. We couldn't zoom in. It's blurry, pixelated. You cannot identify or see victim Austin Metcalf or suspect Karmelo Anthony. It is hard to tell how many people are under that memorial tent. It's also hard to tell what they're doing. But we do know that about 9:55, there's a lot of commotion, a lot of activity that happens at the top side of that memorial tent all the way down to the bottom. At this point, it is hard to tell, and it does not show on camera the alleged stabbing. We do know that there are a lot of people that run away from that scene soon after. We notice a number of what appear to be students running across the bleachers from many directions away from the tent. More people on the field start to notice and also run toward the back gate and exit. Okay, at about 9 minutes after the alleged stabbing, we see EMS drive right through to the backside of this stadium, and they park midfield. Next, we notice paramedics wheeling out a gurney, but have to walk all the way back to the gate and to the bleachers. There's a lot of activity at the bottom of those bleachers and what appears to be the triage of Austin Metcalf. 15 minutes after the incident, we see people put the tarp over the bleachers, which our helicopter cameras captured. All right, so looking at the timing, there's 26 minutes between the time of the alleged stabbing and the time EMS leaves Kirkendall Stadium with Austin Metcalf. At the same time, what appear to be officers, they are at the crime scene right next to that tent. All of this video will one day be shown in court. A grand jury may see it too in the coming weeks. The attorney for Karmelo Anthony confirms he's seen it, but neither family has disclosed whether they've seen it.
In Texas, Frisco, Texas, are not showing you a clear hit view of it. So what people are doing is they're taking their biases and they're taking their interpretation to assume that, yes, it was horrific. Yes. Now, anybody being stabbed is horrific. Let me just correct that right now. It's a horrific act. But as of right now, it hasn't been proven yet that Karmelo Anthony's self-defense position is not true until this footage is presented in court and put out there. Okay? So I just want to say that to everybody out there. Thank you for supporting this channel. Another thing I want to say is Dominique Alexander. He's been the family spokesperson. This guy is a so-called activist, and I've done videos on this guy, or at least one on my other channel, Truth Media Vlogs. Check that out because I'm going to be doing some new things over there that you're going to like. Truth Media Vlogs. Now, Dominique Alexander has a history of criminal activity, abuse towards girlfriend. There may be some domestic abuse towards a child, allegedly. I've looked at his police record, a little bit of it. I've seen his police. He has several mugshots. I believe that Dominique Alexander is the wrong person to represent this family, but that's just my opinion. Let me go ahead and let you hear what he's had to say since Karmelo Anthony has been given they're going to try him criminally for his deeds. The grand jury came back and they're going to try him criminally for this situation. They're going to try him. Now, one would think that, hey, if the grand jury is going to try to indict Karmelo Anthony, that would mean that the video footage of the incident was horrific and it showed him, Karmelo Anthony, as the aggressor. We'll have to wait and see. I have an open mind to whatever the situation is, but I do contend and stand on these 10 toes, which is you don't put your hands on people over some damn bleachers at a track meet when you don't know who people are, you don't know what's in their mind and what they are prepared to do to you if they feel that you are infringing on their space and putting hands on them. Now, let me read what Dominique Alexander, the spokesperson for the family, had to say here since Karmelo Anthony is being charged now heavily for the murder, and murder is a legal term, of Austin Metcalf. And the young man, I'm going to say it again, I've been repeating this, he still maintains his innocence in terms of the fact that he was defending himself. Let me read this to you. Dominique Alexander said this: to the racists, the blogs, and those filled with hate who are targeting Karmelo Anthony's family, and even myself, you do not intimidate us. We will not back down. And this case is yet another example of what it means to be black in America, where even our self-defense is questioned, scrutinized, politicized. My involvement, like many others, came as a direct response. This is what he's saying, Dominique Alexander, as a direct response to the overwhelming hate, threats, and outside influences that have surrounded this case since day one. This is what he had to say. It's pretty obvious that Dominique, I said this before, I think he wants to reinvent himself and rebuild his career off of this case with Karmelo Anthony. He's going with the issue of racism, what black men go through in this society. Now, a lot of that is valid in terms of the way black young men like Karmelo Anthony, teenagers, how they are looked at by the eyes of the law. A lot of times we are looked at as criminals, and that when we defend ourselves, we're automatically to be seen as criminals. When the white boys and the white men defend themselves, they're seen as heroes and standing up for themselves. Now, that's been the general history going way back to even now of these situations. We're going to see what's going to happen here, everybody. Another thing that I want to let everybody know is that I'm hoping that when this goes to trial, that they put this on TV. They put the cameras in there so that we can see what's really going on. I do find it a disrespect and a double standard when Karmelo Anthony was trying to raise money, or his family was trying to raise money, that his family was treated very poorly. Now, this white woman, Shiloh Hendricks, although she didn't take anybody's life, I find it a hell of a double standard that she is able to raise money for her family under the guise that she felt that her family was threatened because of what she said to a black child in a park with the N-word, and nobody had problems with that because she was a white woman. That's the double standard right there. But when it comes to Karmelo Anthony, his family can't get money or raise money for his defense. Kyle Rittenhouse was able to raise money for his defense, and he actually took the lives of two people, injured one, in a state that he had no right carrying a weapon because he was underage in the state that he was in. I think it's Minneapolis, Minnesota. At his age, he wasn't supposed to have that type of weapon. He wasn't at the right age, or he wasn't supposed to have that, and he wasn't supposed to have that type of weapon. But he still was able to be victorious in his case. And he went into a hostile environment where there was protests and a lot of things that were going on. Karmelo Anthony was at a track meet being told to remove himself from a space, and then they put hands on him, according to Karmelo Anthony. Another thing, Karmelo Anthony is in a stand-your-own-ground state. So Karmelo Anthony had the right to defend himself if he felt that his life was in danger, and he had the right to stay there and stand his own ground. He didn't have to flee because under the laws in Texas, you have the right to stand your ground. You have the right to stand. Now, when the police showed up, he didn't run away. He answered questions. But I said this in my previous video. The police officer who first came on the scene that was talking to him, he already violated his rights under the Miranda rights because he didn't recognize that he was dealing with a teenager, or he didn't care that he was dealing with a teenager, and he should have told him right away, you have the right to remain silent. Any words you say can be used against you under the court of law. You have a right to an attorney and counsel and what have you. He was dealing with a minor. And most times when you deal with minors, you must also inform the parents as well. So with that said, everybody, this is the Information Man Show. Y'all have a great day. Take care of yourself. Let me know what you think about him being indicted so far and going to be tried under adult laws in Texas. Okay? What do you think about people saying that the video looks bad? Have you yourself seen the video? Because the reporter that I just played for you said that he couldn't see anything. And so if you've got legitimate reporters that have looked at the footage and could not make anything out, then we cannot rush to judgment at this moment and say that, well, the video looks bad. Karmelo Anthony is in a lot of trouble, when the only people who are really going to see this video to make the proper interpretation of the video would be the jury and the people inside the courtroom when this case gets going. Let me know what you think. Hit the bell notification, subscribe to the channel, make comments about what you think about this as it pertains specifically to this video that people already on the YouTube streets and social media are acting as if they've seen it themselves, or acting as if the people that have reported on these news rags have seen full footage when they haven't. See, people are trying to sell papers. People are trying to sell sensationalism.
Tell the truth.
You let me know what you think about that. Y'all take care. Peace.
Tell the truth.